Yokoso Otakus, today I want to talk about a game that has a demo that just dropped out, I think yesterday, called Reynatis. I covered a little bit. I got to play the demo of it when I went to Penny Arcade Expo recently, and I did show off some footage of it and talked about it a little bit. Personally, I loved it. I thought it was super great, and it was pretty much exactly what I expected. It's a cool kind of action fighting RPG game that's based in Shibuya, and it's, you know, kind of dark and edgelordy. That's just kind of how it is. In a lot of ways, it reminds me of Monarch. It is published by Furyu, and that's kind of what I want to talk about today. I'm seeing a bunch of people on Facebook and all over the internet that are just really upset with the demo, and they're all saying, I'm canceling my pre-order, I'm done with this. And that's fair, you know, everyone can have their own opinion on what they want from games, but I'm kind of feeling like this may be a case of something that, I don't know, through advertising people thought was a little different than it was. At its core, Reynatis is anything that you'd expect from any other Furyu title you've played. So if you played Crystar, the other Cry game I can't remember the name of because I'm just a weirdo, or Monarch, you're gonna know kind of what to expect with this game. It's not this big AAA wild production with all this really crazy awesome stuff, okay? The biggest criticism that people are putting out there is, well, the two biggest criticisms are the combat and the graphics. People are saying the graphics look like it's just another lazy Switch port. And yes, the game is coming out for multiple consoles, including the Switch. And yes, it isn't anything really high fidelity. It doesn't actually look like a modern PC game. Yes, that is true. They did not make this huge, expensive, wild looking game. They never have. I've never seen anything that's been published by them that looks super incredible. It looks serviceable. In my opinion, it's serviceable. I'm not really trying to defend it because you're going to have your own feelings on it. 2024, people have really cool expectations. Graphics are better than ever right now in many different things, but this just isn't it. It's a standard fare, niche, JRPG, you know, title. It's not anything that's just some huge, massive thing. As far as the combat goes, it is a little interesting, and I did talk about that with the PAX demo. Initially, I didn't really feel super comfortable with how it was. I didn't know how I felt about it, but as I just played through the demo, and this current demo too, I felt the same way. I got used to the mechanics, and I like them. I'm not a big action fighter guy, but everything's split into basically two sections. I forget what the particular nomenclature for them was, but one way you have to dodge. So you'll hit the LB button and you'll go into kind of like dodge mode, and you'll get the opportunity to do these kind of powerful dodges that slow time down, and you have to hold the button and let go just right at the right time, and you'll get this big burst of replenishment of your magic. And then when you do that, you can switch into your attack mode, which allows you to use the magic that you had just gathered from your dodging and attack. While you're in attack mode, you can do kind of small dodges that give you minor replenishments, and that's how you fight. You just kind of go back and forth between attack mode and dodging mode and build up your power. There's a couple special effects you can do. It does feel a little button mashy, but again, this is everything I expected from the game. And I feel like it's anything anyone should have expected from the game. People are just really upset, and they're saying they're canceling their pre-order. I'm not really upset about it. I mean, I'm not the company, right? I cover a lot of stuff for NIS America. I've played a load of Furyu games over the last couple years, and I'm not really particularly like indebted to them. I like Monarch a lot. Both of the Cry games were they weren't really my thing. They were neat for what they were, and so it kind of is what it is, but I thought that it was worth talking about. Another thing I wanted to talk about is kind of the comparisons to the PAX demo I played versus the full demo that you can get right now. Played it on Steam. The performance was alright. There's a couple times where it kind of felt like it was loading a little longer than it should, and opening the game took ages for reasons I will never know. My computer is not a slog and should have easily been able to just rip into something like this very quickly, but again, it's a demo and they'll probably fix that out. So when I played it at PAX, it was kind of a weird experience because I played as this male character, and I was like right in Shibuya, and it was like you're in a town and you don't really know what to do, and I like pressed a button and magic kind of came over my body and everyone was like, whoa, running away, and it was just kind of a weird, I didn't know where I was, I didn't know what was happening, I didn't know any story. and I ended up kind of going into this like teleporter field thing that was in an alley and going into this world where I fought monsters. And then from there, I got to see the fighting and everything like that, up to the point where I fought a boss. It took me back to Shibuya, and it was like, that's kind of where it ended. That was the end of it. They said, you did a great job at the demo. You know, did you learn the dodging mechanic? How did you feel about it? I did a short little questionnaire and stuff like that. Full demo is way more robust than that, and I'm not going to spoil it, but it's like about, I think, 3 in-game chapters, and it was really cool because it started off before where the PAX demo did. You get to play as an agent that's, you know, from a corporation called the MEA, and they're, you know, trying to stop drugs and like magical crime in Shibuya, which I keep pronouncing differently. I get it. I'm aware I'm doing it. And you get to kind of see what that character's like. The fighting is the same, a little bit different weapon. They give you the tutorials so you kind of get the idea of what combat's going on, and they give you kind of the setting for this world. Some stuff happens with her. Then you get to do chapter 2, which is where you start playing as the male character again, and they kind of show you side quests and how to find items in the world. They give you this meter where, you know, if you become too apparent that you're a magic user in this world, people start to flip out. You have to find safe spaces to go hide in. You kind of learn through those mechanics a little bit. You get to explore Shibuya a little bit, which is pretty cool. One of the things I really like about this game, and I talked to the NIS guy about it a bit too, is that all of the things in the world, all the stores, all the shops, all the meals, all the items and stuff that you can get, it's kind of like Yakuza. They're all real. They're all real places. Places I've been to when we visited Japan last year. They have like Moss Burger, the Burger King is there. There's a couple little restaurants and side stores. 109 building is there. I mean, you gotta have the 109 building, and they have the crossover with The World Ends With You, so they're gonna do that. And I thought that was really cool. And then from there, they kind of give you the reason why you're going into the alley and going into this world, and you fight through the forest. When you come back out, though, you actually get to play a little bit more in this demo, and you learn that there's actually another magic character that plays with the guy. So not the MEA agent, but this other girl, and that there's more characters in this game, and that they can play and fight at the same time. You can switch back and forth between them, and I don't think the combat's wildly different from what I saw between the two, but it was something that I didn't know that you could do in the game, so it is kind of cool that you can do the character switching and kind of get different fighting options and stuff. They also got to kind of showcase the leveling system a little bit more, which I didn't get to experience in the PAX demo. You can upgrade your attacks that you have using points that you gain every time you level up, become more powerful. And yeah, it was basically the same thing, just like a middle portion of the real demo when I played it at PAX. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about it, and it's like, if you're expecting like this really crazy, wild, like big thing, like look back at other Furyu games and maybe check out some of my videos. I got reviews on them and stuff just to see kind of what they look like, what they play like, what they feel like. And that's what you're getting with this game. I'm very confident that I'm going to like it. I think that the setting and the style and everything is super great. Maybe it's not for you, though, and, you know, don't let people online and all their angry chattering get to you. It's just a niche Japanese game. They can be a ton of fun and be really, really enjoyable, despite the fact that the graphics and, you know, it's not a high-end game. It's just not a high-end game, but it could be a really great game. I'm excited for its release. I'll be playing it on the page and talking about it. Comes out kind of at a weird time for me to do coverage on, but you'll see some stuff, and I'll talk about it for sure. And that's all I had to say, so I'll catch you guys later, and have a great one. And check out the demo if you feel like it. I got a link in the description below.